This is always my favorite time.
Top five.
It's time for the top five. Let's get into the top five of our entire event here at the Vivo Rio Pro, presented by Corona. Number five, start off with an air show. Rio Waida took to the skies.
Yeah, and impressive because he actually ended up going to the elimination round. He's still with that performance, with that big straighty. Super fun to watch in the first day of competition with the smaller conditions. Here as well, huge rotation. Also going into the elimination round, even with that type of maneuver. So impressive right there.
8-point ride for Samuel Pupo on that air. Gabriel Medina got focused and then took to the air.
Well, he had some amazing stuff on day one. Kaipo also then ended up losing this heat to the eventual champion of the event, Yago Dora, who himself in that heat scored this 8.83 for an incredible backside rotation himself.
Yeah, that was so inverted, upside down, so hard to do backside to get that tail that high and be able to rotate all the way around. And we literally had an air show on the first day and finish it off right here with John Florence with a huge rotation under priority on top of Jordy Smith that ended up going left.
Did you say 9-point alley-oop? That's right for John Florence. Italo Ferreira, always solid. Look at him stomp this one in the flats, Mitchell.
Well, and he had a couple of these in the same heat too, but he just came out like a man on a mission, eventually made it into the round of 16, but wasn't able to get past that, Kites.
Number four, a different kind of air show, Jesse. It was the Brazilian Air Force that put on a show one afternoon. This was absolutely incredible.
That was one of the best presentations I've ever watched in my life. Esquadrilha da Fumaça is very famous here in Brazil, but I was never able to watch it live, and that was impressive. I got back from Arraial do Cabo, which is a little bit up north from here, exactly at 4 p.m. and straight into the show. It was beautiful to watch. We had such a good time, and the beach was packed.
Absolutely packed. Some daredevil stunts there, Mitchell Salazar, that we were able to witness.
Can we put in a request to maybe be in a jet ourselves next year? I'm actually down to do that a little bit, Kipes.
And the number three came in as an injury replacement wild card. But you know what? Jadson Andre, Jesse, took down world number one, Griffin Colapinto.
He loves that type of pressure. He loves being the underdog. We've seen it before in many of situations with him on tour, on the WT and the QS. And right here, just very smart surfing for him, identifying critical sections and just put an exclamation.
Yeah, so that victory and the elimination of Griffin Colapinto put Filipe Toledo in the yellow leader's jersey. But Filipe is due to come up against Jadson Andre in the next round. So we'll see Filipe in yellow when we go to J-Bay. But Jadson had some ideas against his good friend here in this heat, Mitchell.
Back-to-back heats where he took out the eventual number one in the world in Filipe Toledo, as you were mentioning, and it was a come-from-behind win, too. He was trailing most of the heat, and this wave right here was actually the wave that that allowed him to move up into first place, take the lead. Filipe went for the big rotation, came in complete, and eventually lost the heat, Kipes.
Yeah, and also to report that Filipe will be okay, and we're expecting him in J-Bay. Number two, the winner for the women's, Jesse, Katie Simmers.
Stand out. Look how big that wave is. That was yesterday afternoon, just identifying critical sections and big sections, mostly for herself. She's so young and so small, and just putting the world champs to do work, and it wasn't enough, actually. She took them down.
Taking down Carissa Moore, the semifinals, taking down Tyler Wright in the finals, Mitchell.
Yeah, back-to-back finals for Tyler Wright, El Salvador and Punta Roca, and here at Playa de Itaúna. But for Caitlin Simmers, 2 victories for 2 finals. Just another day at Northside Jetty in Oceanside Kaipo. Big victory for her here in Brazil. Her first time competing here in South America as well.
But look at that. Talk about commitment. Katie Simmers attacking the lip.
17 years of age. Could we be seeing our first 17-year-old world champion, Kaipo? That could be happening in September at Lowers.
Number one. Rolling into number one. After all that, Yago Dora number one. It was an inspirational performance, a magical performance. Home country for Yago Dora, taking his first CT win. The goofy foot really shone here at Itaona, Jesse.
Yeah, perfect surfing for him. Look at his layback, how much release and how much board control he has. And actually it was my pick to beat Filipe after 3 events back-to-back win here. And it was just so amazing to watch him flow through every round of this event. It was beautiful to watch.
What a way to come out a winner, Mitchell, in this final, Mitchell. Not only did Yago win the final, he scored a 10-point ride.
Yes, he did. Opened up with a 4.83 right here on the back end, and some supernatural stuff from the surfer from the southern part of Brazil. This sender that you're mentioning right here, only the second one we've seen all season long. A great rotation, a beautiful landing, and took the lead. Never looked back after that, Kipes.
And I don't get tired of watching that. It's impressive how beautiful and perfect that was executed.
Yeah, I can watch that a dozen times. And a day to remember for Yago Dora, a well-deserved victory here at stop number 8 on the championship tour. Feels better at home, I'm sure.